Coming to you live from a junk room someplace west of Tatooine, it's not necessarily Star Wars news, with your host, the Junkman.
Thank you for joining, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, here to talk not necessarily Star Wars news. And we've got a lot of news for you today. If you don't know, this is where we give you the best of not just Star Wars news of the week, but also we give you the best of pop culture news, action figure news, and whatever else we want to talk about, including fandom and reading your viewer mail. So let's not waste any more of your time. Let's get right to it. And first off, let me say that I got a new camera right there, and I can't decide where to focus my eyes, if I look straight on and talk to you, or if I kind of cock them over here and look at the lens. So until we get that all worked out, this might be a little strange video, so I should have wore sunglasses. Now, let's get to the top story of the day. Pictures from the set of episode 9 has hit the internet website Reddit. These exciting photos could mean only one thing. We're going back to a desert planet again. Way to break some new ground there, Disney, or Lucasfilm, whatever one you want to call it. Adam Driver has had to cancel a recent upcoming appearance at a university due to conflicts for filming episode 9. But don't worry, fans of Family Ties actor Scott Valentine can still meet Scott in person at the upcoming Sitcom Con in North Platte, Nebraska. Tickets on sale for only $15, and you get $5 off if you get an oil change at Jim's Lube and Go. I don't want to miss that one. Star Wars actor Liam Neeson says a horse that he recently worked with remembered him. Hey Liam, that's no horse. The cover of the upcoming Star Wars novel Master and Apprentice has been released. Hopefully this novel will be a huge hit so we can get the follow-up novel, Fools and Idiots. Can't wait for that one. That looks like a really good one. Camera's a little closer. I can't throw it as far. Kenneth is releasing Star Wars furniture. Now, 40-year-olds all across the country can make their whole house look like a 12-year-old virgin. Producer Frank Marshall says Indiana Jones creator George Lucas will have no involvement in the upcoming 5th Indiana Jones film. Sorry to disappoint any George Lucas fans out there that was hoping to see a 40-year-old Indiana Jones swinging from vines while fighting ghost sea monkeys while escaping an erupting volcano. Sounds exciting. James Gunn is back. That's right, the fire-tweeting director is gonna direct again. But not for Marvel. Looks like he's changing his shoes to DC, where he's gonna direct the upcoming sequel to Suicide Squad, titled Suicide Squad 2. Hopefully this means the Joker is going to tell some really good pedophile jokes. Speaking of DC, they have announced that they're going to start filming on a new series based on the comic series Secret 6. Look for Secret 6 to be canceled on CBS sometime next year. A trailer for the upcoming Pet Sematary has hit the World Wide Web, and reaction all across the internet was about the same. John Lithgow's in this? Sign me up! The tagline for the upcoming Pet Sematary is, "Sometimes dead is better." However, I think I prefer their first idea for the tagline, which was, "Sometimes the original is good enough." Actor Michael Pena is set to star as the lead in the upcoming movie based on the 80s TV show hit Fantasy Island. Man, I hope this movie is a huge hit, because then maybe we're one step closer to getting a movie based on Tales of the Golden Monkey. Who remembers Tales of the Golden Monkey? I hope you remember it. The Flash, The Arrow, Supergirl, and Legends all have been renewed for a new... who gives a shit? Actor Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been cast to play Big Bad John Henry in the upcoming film. However, like always, people on the internet got upset, saying The Rock just wasn't black enough. What left many fans very confused, saying, wait, The Rock's black? I thought maybe he was Cuban or Korean or maybe Hawaiian. Or maybe, you know, You know, like both. You know, kind of like mix. Can we say that? The hit movie-based action figure line, Movie Maniacs, is returning to toy shelves. No word yet on what action figures will be in this new line, but you can count on one thing. It's going to be overpriced. I think that was a bad throw. I'm doing that one again. Screw it. Todd Toys, McFarlane Toys, has released images from their upcoming Fortnite action figure line, leaving adult collectors with one question. What the hell is fork and knife? I miss my old camera when it comes to throwing the paper. Oh, that was it. We'll be right back with the news from the Phantom.
Mr. Bucket!
That's right, I'm Mr. Bucket. I'm Mr. Bucket. Toss your balls in my top, I'm Mr. Bucket. Out of my mouth I will pop, I'm Mr. Bucket. We're all gonna run, I'm Mr. Bucket.
The game's Mr. Bucket. The first to get their balls into Mr. Bucket wins, but look out, because the balls will pop out of his mouth.
I'm Mr. Bucket. The balls pop out of my mouth, I'm Mr. Bucket. A ball is what I'm about, I'm Mr. Bucket. We're all gonna run, I'm Mr. Bucket. Buckets of fun.
Mr. Bucket from Milton Bradley.
Buckets of fun.
It's time for news from the fandom.
Some fans were upset when this YouTuber uploaded a video of himself fake crying while reading a real review of The Last Jedi found on Rotten Tomatoes. I just want to take this time to say we all should be able to laugh at each other. Either you love Star Wars or hate Star Wars, love the new Disney era Star Wars, or hate the new era Disney Star Wars, we all should be able to laugh, especially at the extreme. I can make videos laughing at crazy people like this. And it's fun to make fun of over-the-top reviews found on Rotten Tomatoes. We all need to lighten up. All need to have fun. That's what it's all about. We can poke fun at everyone. I hope as Star Wars fans we can all learn that everything can be made fun of. Everything.
And now it's time for the Junkman to answer viewer mail.
Today's letter comes from Jimmy Lamont from Boise, Idaho. And Jimmy writes, Dear Junkman, you've made a lot of videos about Star Wars movies, Star Wars toys. Not just Star Wars stuff, but all kinds of things. But somehow you keep going, making video after video. Well, when do you think this coverage will end? When do you think you've said all that you need to say? When do you think you will have to hang up your hat and move on? Well, that's a good question, Jim. I've noticed over the last couple of years that a lot of the fans or fandoms of Star Wars and just pop culture in general has really shifted in a new direction. They're angrier. Some of them are upset. They don't like Star Wars. They don't like DC. They don't like Marvel. There's really a divide in the fandom of all fandom. Not just with movies, but take for instance Kenner Star Wars toys. Some people out there even blame Kenner for getting names like Forlom and Zuckuss mixed up, although it wasn't Kenner's fault. Collectors of Kenner's vintage Star Wars toys even for some reason refer to Luke Skywalker as Farm Boy Luke Skywalker, when that's not what he's called. So I noticed this change in the fandom a few years back. So that's when I started the Star Wars Junk Project, so I could use my knowledge to help put right what once went wrong. With each video I make, I hope you out there learn a little bit more about Star Wars and the fandom. I hope I make you remember something you knew as a child that we all seem to have forgot as we became adult fans. Because then, only then, can I stop all this and hopefully return home.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.